What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Savage Lands where we do our picks. But before we get into this banger card, let's go ahead and get right on done with the sponsor, mvstreams.com, for all your viewing needs, whether it be pay-per-views for UFC, NFL, NBA, soccer, rugby, movies, TV shows, and much, much more. Go on over to www.mvstreams.com. Link will be in the description. And for a limited time, you can use code ANTO10, which will be somewhere in the bottom of the screen where you can see it, and get 10% off your first purchase. And now that we've covered everything to do with the sponsor, we want to get that done quickly because it is time for this GOAT card. UFC 309 MSG, Madison Square Garden, where all the big things happen. Jones versus Miocic. Start times for the early prelims going to be 6. The prelims going to be 8. And the main card is going to be 10 p.m. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the happenings for this card. I'm so excited. No shave November all over my face. But we handling it well, baby. Okay, first fight is going to be Veronica Hardy and Mora. 10-1 for Mora, 5-0 in the last 5, 1-4 for Hardy. And this is going to be women's flyweight division. Now, Hardy does have that win over Poliana Viana, so that is a giant asterisk in her hat. As Mora 10-0, 5-0, I have Mora by decision just to kind of get this kicked off. A lot of people not going to be in MSG, so you know how the promotion does. We're just going to let these two ladies banging out to get it started. But I do believe this fight right here will set the pace for the night. Okay? This fight will set the pace for the night. The next fight will be men's welterweight division. We're going to come in with Basil Hafez, 9-3 versus Elliott, 11-2. Honestly, both of these competitors are very well-rounded, very good balance. But Basil Hafez, as we know, just goes, man. That gas tank knows no bounds for right now. Everything changes, everything burns. But for right now, I have Hafez by KO. That's my pick. We know Hafez's heart. We've seen him in here a couple times this year. Last one for the year. I hope he comes out with that W. So I have Hafez by KO. We're gonna stick with the men's welterweight, moving right along. We have Mickey Gall, 7-6, 2-3 in the last 5 versus Brahim Maj. Brahim Maj. 10-5 in him, 3-2 in the last 5. Since Mickey Gall is a jiu-jitsu player, his bread and butter is down on the canvas. I actually have Brahim, who is a wrestler, a really good wrestler, have him actually holding Gall down, getting in wrestling position, and kind of TKOing him there with ground and pound. If not, he's just gonna put him out on the feet. Not saying Gall's not good on his feet. That's just not his bread and butter. Like, it's rough on the feet for Mickey Gall. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is. But that's the game. I have Brahim Maj by KO. TKO KO. That's what I have right there. 10-5, 3-2. Next, we're going to move into the big belly boys. The heavyweight Martin Tabora, 3-2 in the last 5, 25-9 overall. Versus Jonta Denis, 8-0. He was originally slated last week to fight the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. Now, with that being said, we all know Tabora will throw with you, but his bread and butter is the wrestling as well, kind of mixing it up and being a balanced fighter. Honestly, I think this is going to be the upset because we're all expecting that 25-9 experience to show through. Him wrestle Denise down and kind of keep him down, ground and pound, and get that decision. If that doesn't happen, take Jonta Denise by KO for, for bragging rights there, because he was supposed to be with Derek Lewis. So if they matched him up with Derek Lewis, they expect him to do good things. Derek Lewis just couldn't make it. So he's expected to do big things. So 8-0, I got him by KO round 2. If we make it to round 2, him by KO. Round 1's kind of where Tabora is going to be fresh, can kind of test his takedown defense. But if his takedown defense holds up, he's going to knock Tabora out. Mark my words. Next, we have Jim freaking Miller in the lightweight division, 37-18. Holy smokes, people. 37-18, Jim freaking Miller. 4-1 in the last 5 against Damon Jackson, 23-7, 4-1 in his last 5. Here's the battle of the gas tank. Damon Jackson is a grinder. Jim Miller is a grinder. Wherever you want to take it, both of these gentlemen are completely fine taking it there. You want to grind it against the cage. You want to roll. You want to throw big shots. You want to go to war. You want to make each other bleed. Whatever you want to do, they're on that with you. That's just the name of that fight. Honestly, I have Damon Jackson as a grinder, but Jim Miller's been grinding for 37 fights. He has that experience. He has that know-how. He just has that it to still be here so long. So with that being said, at the end of the early prelim there, the beginning of the prelim, I have Jim Miller taking that by decision, which is going to move us into Chris Weidman, 16-7, 2-3 in the last 5, the new iPoke King, versus Eric, your boy, Anders. 16-8 for Anders, 2-3 in the last 5, 16-7. This is kind of a pick'em fight. But honestly, if he doesn't poke Anders a million times in the eyes, I have Eric, your boy, Anders taking that by decision. I don't see him knocking Weidman out. I don't see him subbing Weidman. Weidman's too much of a wily veteran for that. So we'll take Eric Anders by decision on that one, and that should keep you kind of locked in on the right track there. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy on that. Because Weidman is still no slouch. Older or not, eye pokes or not, this is still Chris Weidman, ex-champ, finished Anderson Silva, fought Luke Rockhold. The list goes on with Chris Weidman's accolades and accomplishments. So don't sleep on Chris Weidman just because he done got a little older. Moving on from Weidman, we're going to move into the men's bantamweight. You have Jonathan Martinez, 19-5, 5-0 in the last 5 against William McGee. I forgot. Marcus McGee. Marcus Maniac McGee. 9-1 for Marcus McGee, 4-1 in the last 5. Oh man. I like Marcus McGee. I like Maniac. Oh man. Martinez changed with Chris Gutierrez, the other guy with the leg kick TKO, because Martinez is the one that TKO'd Adrian Yanez that night when we had the 3 leg kick finishes. Edson Barbosa, Chris Martinez, and Daniel Gutierrez, I think it is. Christopher Gutierrez. I can't remember the kid's name, but they were 3 of the 6 or 4 leg kick TKOs in the UFC, and Martinez actually leg kick TKO Yanez that night. So with that being said, if Maniac can't pick up on those leg kicks, like, it's gonna hinder a lot of things, and he trains with people who are known for the leg kicks. So I have Martinez by TKO, as much as I hate to say that. Not leg kicks, but just all around TKO, hinder the leg, touch the body. That's kind of what they're known for. And then the next fight is going to be in the lightweight division 1, which is going to move us right into the main card. Short prelims, actually. 3 fights on the prelims. Might move us right into the main card. So we're trudging right along. It's going to be Mauricio Ruffy. 10-1, 4-1 in the last 5 versus James Yontop. 14-4. Yontop, again, great clinch work. Reminds me of Randy Couture in the clinch with the dirty boxing. Ruffy's just, oh man, everything's just beautiful with Ruffy. People are comparing him to Conor. People are comparing him to this guy. Like, Ruffy's just Ruffy, bro. Let's let him mature. Let's let him develop in the promotion and see what he does. I have Mauricio by sub on this one. I wanted to take KO, but for some reason I'm just feeling a sub. I think he's going to get his ground game kind of tested in this one, and I think that's where he's really going to excel, consider he's coming out of that Brazilian camp with the fighting nerves. Him, Caio Bahalio, Gene Silva, and Carlos Prates. And I cannot remember the woman's name from over there, but there's that one. And after that, we're going to move into the women's fly, and that was Ruffy by sub. Vivi Araujo, 12-6 versus Silva, 18-4. I have Silva by decision on that one. Not going to spend a lot of time on that fight because we all know what those ladies are capable of. We've seen both of them out this year, I believe, except for Silva. I can't remember if Silva fought this year. I think she did, though. But I remember watching Vivi fight this year. I like Vivi, but I think Silva's going to edge this one out in a decision, which brings us to the middleweight division. Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. 6-0 for Bo, 17-8 for Paul Craig. The ground games are going to cancel out. So Bo Nickel's going to knock Paul Craig out. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. We won't have to spend a lot of time on that either. Bo Nickel by knockout, because the ground game is going to cancel out. And once Paul Craig starts getting touched, he likes to just fall in the guard and try to get you in a sub. But Bo Nickel's a wrestler. He just choked out Cody Brundage, who is another wrestler. So chest to chest in the pocket with a wrestler, Paul Craig smoked Bo Nickel by knockout. which brings us to the co-main event, lightweight division. Charles Do Bronx Oliveira 34-10 versus Michael Iron Chandler 23-8. Last time Do Bronx knocked Chandler out. This time I think Chandler's going to pay it back and knock Do Bronx out. I think we're going to see the rebirth of the old Chandler coming forward, hitting hard. That explosion first step, that big knockdown, that get on your guard, lay in your chest and beat you into oblivion. I think the Gladiator Chandler is going to kind of get put to rest for a little bit, and we're going to get some gold around Chandler here soon. So he missed that kind of opportunity. So now I think we're about to see the real Chandler pop out. So I got Michael Chandler by KO, Iron Michael Chandler by KO on that one. Now for the main event of the evening, heavyweights. GOAT versus GOAT, 20-4 for Stipe, 27-1 for John Jones. Oh, man. So many accolades, so many records, so much that can be said about this fight, bro. The reach of John Jones, the wiliness of Stipe. Stipe's beaten Ngannou. Jones never got to fight Ngannou. The unofficially undefeated Jones. Two GOATs, man. The only thing that could make this better is if the winner got Fedor Emelianenko. That's the only thing that can make that fight better. A lot of people are talking about Big Tom and Alex Pereira. Like, rest all that. We got GOAT work first. With that being said, John Jones by KO, 6-12 elbows. 6-12 elbows on the ground. He put Stipe away. Riding off into the sunset is the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion. And that's my time, you guys. Thank you for popping through the Savage Lands. As always, mama, there goes that man. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.